So this guy really torqued me. I mean, made me mad. Made my wife mad. So what are we going to talk about? I don't like doing these kind of videos, but I've been working on this a couple months, getting through my head. I'm not fishing today. 60 degrees, overcast, gorgeous day in late November. Maybe I'm feeling a little bit PO'd myself over that. So I'm going to talk about this. Some of y'all will get it. Some of y'all won't. I'll be right back. Just crazy beautiful here in the woods of northern Ozark Plateau, central Missouri. I want to bring up something real important. Hazy, cloudy day, wearing my high contrast yellow Solarbat lenses in my RB3 frames. Solarbat now has their Black Friday sale, y'all, and it ain't never going to get no better than this right here. 50% off site-wide, including scripts. Now, if you want to order scripts, you need to do it now to get them before Christmas. Somebody for a present. How would that be cool? 50% off. Come on, y'all. There's just no reason to not, even if you don't go with high performance fishing glasses, there's no reason not to check out that site and see what they've got. Link in the description below, you know how that works. If you use my promo code, you get free shipping and handling. 50% off. Yeah, bite that. Get on it. If y'all remember, the ones that were watching, I did a video before the Big Bass Bash 2 months ago. I decided I wasn't going to fish it. I got upset. Which I get upset. I take things personal. But I never told anybody the reason behind that of me not wanting. I just didn't want to fish it. I hate technology. I don't even have a cell phone. I don't have a depth finder working on my boat right now. As a matter, not one depth finder on my boat right now is working. I'm just going to jump into this. I watched a Todd Castledine video, which I don't watch Todd's videos. I don't know him. I don't really like him. I never have felt a connection to him. I know he's a good fisherman. Besides the technology, I know he can catch them. We don't connect. And y'all, you know how it is, y'all. Some of them, maybe y'all don't connect with me. It's part of it. It's part of the world. Not a big deal. But I watched a video of his because I thought he was going to apologize to Randy Blockett. Because he was rude and very unprofessional, Randy. I did not watch that video except a clip on Randy's channel. So I watched that video because it said something about how he just ought to give up and quit. The title went something like that. Very confusing. And you start off the video talking about how many people have been calling him. I figured they was calling him, getting on to him about Randy. And he was going to come clean and apologize and be the man. And that's not what the video was about at all. I still don't know to this minute what the video was really about. I turned it off or stopped it 30 seconds in and said, my wife said, you got to come watch this. This is disjointed. This guy is out there. So she came in and she watched the video with me too. We did not watch it all the way through. I'm not giving a clickbait. I clicked through. Whatever. She was disturbed also by his disturbation. He was off center, off kilter. It was very strange video. All his problems. Now, we as YouTube creators, and we share with y'all personal stuff. I've got that. We feel like it's a family, and maybe that's what it was with him. We talk about things, personal things sometimes. At least I do. A lot of guys do. Randy does, because we feel like y'all might want to be part of that. It's part of the journey. He's about having a fight with his daughter. I don't know. It was just strange. Never said nothing about why all his friends were calling him, all the phone calls, why maybe he ought to be apologizing to Randy. That's what they should have been doing. But he's wandering around and not saying anything important. He goes, but then this happened. He goes, something like that. Now, I need to watch the whole video again, maybe, to get the gist of it. I can't do it. So it cuts to him fishing. He's on a lake, wide open. He could have been on a point Could have been a bank right behind him. I couldn't tell. Out in front of him was a billion acres of wide open water. And of course, he's sitting there at that forward-facing sonar, looking down that screen. I told my wife, said, Candy, here we go. I need to turn it off right now. She said, no, let's see what's going on. He spends a little bit of time. It shows it ain't like he just sets a hook. Shows him mess around. All of a sudden, he comes up on this fish. And it's a toad. It's a monster. He thought it was a 10-pounder. Ended up weighing 8 pounds, 6 ounces. And I absolutely went belligerent inside out. I don't cuss and carry on, but I got a little bit loud. That fish was the personification of what's wrong with bass fishing now, fishing period. The outdoors, the technology. I don't know where that fish was. I don't even know where he lives. I don't know where he's from. I don't know what lake it was. That fish should not have been caught. It was like so many billions of others now. What ties it in with my big bass bash is 8 pounds, 6 ounces with that fish weighed. He took a lot of time weighing it and all this and getting whatever. Big old bass. Should have been safe out there wherever it was at. Should have been almost impossible to catch bass. And my thing come to mind, here I am getting ready to talk about fishing a tournament where an 8 pound, 6 ounce bass would have been a $100,000 fish. And anybody could go do that, and I just lost it. I shriveled up. I expanded. Y'all understand what I'm saying? I thought, why would I want to go pay an entry fee to fish against these guys when somebody could do that? No knowledge necessary so much. No. It's a different skill set, but it's not the skill set I have. It ain't near the skill set I have, I don't think. And anybody could possibly do that. Find that fish and molest it. That's what it is. It's molestation until that fish bites. So I mulled it over for a day or two and ended up fishing the last day of the Derby and did catch a decent bass and won a check and all wonderful butterflies and tulip bulbs. Man, I got upset. Am I wrong? So the video cuts back to him next day or whatever, and he says something about... It reminded me of Gilda Radner and Saturday Night Live back in the old days. Y'all, very few remember that. But she would do a documentary that was wrong. She'd have the wrong subject matter, the wrong title. She'd go off on, like, our natural racehorses. I remember that. The natural racehorses. She'd go off, and finally Chevy Chase or whoever would go, no, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about this. And she'd go, oh, never mind. That's what he did. He said, I'm not going to apologize. I don't know if he wasn't going to apologize for Randy or wasn't going to apologize for catching that big old bass and brutalizing him and molesting it and raping that poor bass. I don't know. It was weird. And I clicked it off right then because I'm not going to give him a click through. Whatever. I'll never watch another one. I don't watch any of these videos when the guys are looking at the screen. I don't even watch it for a few minutes because Randy's going to have a freaking heart attack someday. I'm not going to do it. That is why I almost didn't fish the Big Bass Bash. That's one stupid reason. That stupid screen on the front of the boat. And yeah, I'm being all negative and everything, but dadgummit, y'all. It's going to come to an end. I have a theory. I probably won't talk about it because I don't want to do a bunch of those kind of videos. But I have a theory how common sense is going to work out, at least in tournament fishing, and make this stuff mostly go away. I have a theory. Do you have a theory? Did this make any sense to you? Because I'm not a whiny crybaby. I am not going to go, never mind. I'm not going to use a scope to catch fish. I'm not going to use a bunch of deer cameras to shoot deer. I like it the old way. I like it my way. And my way is still the right way. That's for sure. I know that deep down in my heart. Hope you guys are really doing good. Thanks for putting up with me. Sorry for the negative stuff, but you know what? Whatever. I'm going to get some lunch and get back to work. Been making baits, and I got work tonight. Blah, blah, blah. It's all the same old thing. But by gosh, it's beautiful here in central Missouri in November. Solar Bat. Check it out. God bless you guys. Peace.